Hi, everyone. Welcome to my one-part series, Geez Louise, where my guest and I talk about the paranormal and share our experiences with the unknown. Here we have a very good friend of mine, a future Vogue editor, and a Halloween enthusiast, Ashley Ortega. Hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you, Louise?
Great. Looking forward to Halloween. Are you?
Oh, I've been looking forward to it the entire year.
Well, that's good. Now, before we
Mm-hmm.
get started, we're going to be talking about, our experiences with
Mm-hmm.
spirits and other unknown entities. So,
Yep.
do you have any sage lying around, any salt, just in case we call upon
Mm-hmm.
any unwanted spirits?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have any salt. I was not prepared today. I do have hot sauce. Maybe that'll ward them off or
Oh,
something. I don't know.
maybe. Yeah. You know what? If not, we'll just say a little prayer. We'll be all good.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ash, let's get started with you. Any stories recently? Any experiences?
Recently, um, my most recent one. So my mom always told me that our house was like that there were like spirits. Well, she only talked about one. But my sister told me that our house was built on like a cemetery, and so I don't know if that was to scare me if it's real. I haven't looked into it, but my mom says that for sure there's a ghost or there was a ghost. But the other like 2 weeks ago, I was home and it was the middle of the night. It was like what was it? Like 1 or 2, and my dog does not like to sleep at night. He's a big chismoso, and he hears something outside and he wants to go outside. So he was over there like barking, saying like I want to go outside. And I went out there and I was like, hey, it's time to go to sleep. And so like I was like, I don't know, I was in my door frame, right? My room was in back of me and I was like talking to him. I was like, hey, go to sleep. And then like I felt like something touch my back, like a hand or something. I don't know. I felt something touch my back, like put pressure on my back. And there was nothing behind me at all. And so like I felt it and I was like, what the hell? And I turned around and there was nothing there. And it like freaked me out. And I don't get freaked out by stuff like that, but like it freaked me out.
That was 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
at your house, the house I've been to,
Yes, many times.
and you didn't tell me this before I stepped foot?
Well, I thought I would let you hear yourself.
Oh, wow. Well, let's roll on this topic of haunted houses.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, took a trip to Mexico. We stayed at our
Oh.
aunt's house,
Mm-hmm.
and we were about to fall asleep, and I hear very clearly the zipper from one of our luggages just open. And I'm like, was that me? Was I
Mm-hmm.
imagining that? So I didn't think much of it. And then my mom, she says, please. And I'm like, what? Did you hear that? And I'm like, oh shoot, okay, it actually happened. So we were all confused, a bit, scared. And then the day after, we go up to our aunt and we tell her what happened. And she's like, oh yeah, the house is haunted. I'm like, what? The house is haunted by what? She's like, oh, we think it's a child. At least that's what a priest told them. A priest came to the house. That's how bad it is. She says she's seen, shoes walking across the floor. She's seen utensils on the walls just swaying. She's also seen like her daughter got scratched while taking a shower. She had scratch marks on her back. I'm
Like
like,
actual
oh,
scratch marks.
yeah. I'm like, wow, this kid did not come to play. So, I don't think I'll be returning back to that house. I'd
Mm-hmm.
rather, pay for a hotel and wouldn't risk an encounter with such a spirit.
Damn, a child ghost is like the worst too. They're the
Yes.
most creepy.
Yeah. Any other stories, Ashley?
Oh yeah. So I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Mom, you said you saw a ghost. Tell me about it." And she was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." So she told me that the people who owned the house before, not the ones before us, but the ones before them. That apparently the guy, he ended up dying. Let's say he dying in the house, in my house, in the garage. Fun fact: his room was my room, so that's really fun for me.
Is that why it's so
Um,
cold?
oh my god, that actually makes a lot of sense. Oh my god. For the viewers
Ash?
watching this, my room is the coldest room in my house,
Yep.
and everyone talks about it. So, hmm, that's fun for me to
You
know
figured it
now.
out.
Yeah. Anyways, so he like died in the garage, and my mom said that before she wouldn't see him, but she would hear him and like feel his presence around the living room. She said mainly that's where she would feel him. And she said that many occasions she would hear like a man's voice whisper like, and it wasn't just her, it was my tia when she lived there too. She said that she would hear someone like whisper her name to her. And so my mom swears though that he's not there anymore. She said that she got someone to come and like cleanse the house or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So she says he's not there. Does that explain who touched my back the other night? No, it does not. But yeah,
Well, let's hope that, entity left. He probably got tired. He's like, you know what? They're not scared. Let me try some other place.
it was probably me. I probably scared him off. I talk a lot, so
Maybe.
he
Um,
probably just got annoyed.
Now I'm gonna broaden this a bit and talk
Mm-hmm.
about UFOs.
Mm,
So my family and I were driving down the road one night, and I don't
mm-hmm.
know who brought it up first, but someone told us to look out the window and look up. So we look up and we see all these red lights in the sky. And they're not helicopters because there's no sound coming from them. They're just stationary right above us. And couldn't be drones because at the time, drones weren't really a big thing or accessible to many people. And yeah, they were just in formation above us. And I don't really know what happens afterwards. So maybe I was abducted.
Did
Do
you
you think
black
so,
out or
Ash?
what?
I don't know. I don't remember. I literally cannot remember what happens afterwards. Was I abducted?
Well, what was like the first thing that you remembered after that?
Nothing. Like it literally, my memory cuts at looking up at those lights, and that's it.
How old were you?
I want to say between 10 and 12.
Formative years.
So quite a while back.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what they were like forming?
I want to say a triangle?
Mm.
That's common, right, for a UFO?
You're acting like if I know a bunch of facts about aliens.
Have you ever encountered a UFO?
Sadly, no. I mean,
Um,
I've seen like things in the sky that I'm like, what is that? But then I go online and they're like, oh, what is it? The government was testing something. Is that
yeah, I've
real?
seen those. Yeah, like the
Probably not.
satellites.
Sure.
Yeah, at
But,
least I hope so, unless they're covering it up.
you know,
Oh, FBI agent watching us? We didn't say that.
mm-mm,
We didn't say that.
mm-mm.
All right. Looks like that's all the time we have today, Ash. Have a happy spooky season. I literally just did that.
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise, you like it?
Yeah, it's good. Good play on words.
Yeah, because you say it when you're in shock or
Mm-hmm.
surprise.
You do at least.
Yes.